be poofing into existence once again. Today we are checking out Pass of Heroes 1 and 2. Well, just the first game today. Normally, I go from the start of the game, but this is a game from the PSP era, and if there's one thing I know about games from the PSP era and from the dungeon crawler side is sometimes they just don't really give you much instruction and give you a go figure it out yourself, buddy. So I was like, I guess I will go figure it out myself, buddy, if you say so. So this is my team right now. I got some frontliners, some backliners. You get to make your characters. They have all these different classes, which is pretty neat. Also, they have a random amount of like bonus points you can add to each stat, but it's random every time you make a character. So you can just spam the system until you maybe get a 10 or a 20 or over. I've seen 33, so you might want to roll for those bonus points, possibly. I did. I tried to get at least 20 or over for each, but I think it might even out as you level up that like characters with less bonus points will like get bigger boosts just to like get them to the same pace. At least that's what I heard. So you can make your characters. You got the boys and the girls. You got all the different types of races in it. They all have different stats, but basically as long as characters have like the right stats for certain jobs, they can do those jobs. So anyone can be anything. It just might not be the easiest thing to make them. You get them alignment, good, neutral, evil, which affects, you know, how the team affinity is, how the team gets along. I haven't had too much trouble with it yet. I kind of have a mix of, I think, mostly good, neutral, and I have one evil for sure. And my one evil is definitely Chi. It's definitely her because she's a thief and you have to be evil to have a thief. Game? Come back to me. Thank you, game. It's just short-circuiting out. So yeah, you can make whatever character you want. There's different classes and everything. See here, there's like fighter, mage, priest, thief, bishop, summoner, ranger, alchemist. I think some of these names are different and like I think from the PSP release or else in like different countries, like maybe America and Europe have like different names for the different classes, because I noticed the names didn't line up with some of the original names, but they still do the same thing. So if I basically give a bunch of strength, that's fighter, but a lot of the ones further down the list are a lot trickier and specific with the stat requirements. But you can change the class of any of your characters from one to another. It will half their HP though and put them back to like level 1. So you take a bit of a cut, but then you get 2 job abilities. So that's fun that you can mix around the different jobs. So far I've only had 1 job for each of mine. I have, I'm pretty sure, the warrior, the ninja, the kunoichi, I think. As my frontliners, I think the last 2 can be backliners depending on their weapon. And then on my backline, I have Hina, which is she is a funny class. It's got a funny name. Hold on. Psionic. That's apparently the name of it. It's more of a like support class, but it does have like some attacking abilities, and it's pretty good at like filling out the dungeon map and things like that, and finding hidden treasure. So it kind of has its perks. Thief, you want a thief on your team for sure to unlock like treasure chests without setting off the traps, because you have to disarm the treasure chests with your thief. They could get it wrong though, or else your treasure chest might just explode on you. You don't want that. And also to unlock any doors or things, you want a thief, and thief I think is the best at it. Other classes can do it, but wait, I just realized she's neutral. Who's evil then? Oh, it's Roy. Oh yeah, ninja. And alchemist, I made an alchemist because I kind of need a healer as well, but an alchemist can do alchemy for free, which just is very beneficial because otherwise the money will add up from paying for alchemy. But you might want a healer as well, because I think the healer has like an ability that she will learn later on at level 10, identification, which it identifies any of the items you get in the dungeon for free. So also saves money, so maybe you want one of those. Those are like two pretty useful abilities. Or you can do what I do. Look, I had desperate times, okay? Do I need to explain myself? Okay, so I had two strategies here. Hear me out. As you can tell, I couldn't figure out for a bit which class did which, but Bishop is the one that does identifying, but sometimes they get scared and then they can't identify it. I didn't know how to get rid of it for a while, so I kept just making more of them, so I wouldn't have to pay to get rid of their fear of identification. And as well, I also just made a bunch of them so I could steal all their equipment and then go make bank. Because there is one little awkward thing when you make your team. 3 frontliners, 3 backliners, right? Everyone's given melee weapons. Even your backliners, when you make them, they're all given melee weapons. And you know what this means? They can't do nothing. They just sit in the back and defend, and that's about it unless they have magic or something they can cast. They just can't do anything. Unfortunately, so my priority was save up money and get the backliners some equipment so they can hit from the back line and help the frontliners out, because at the start of the game, you kind of do get your butt kicked a little bit if, you know, you're not prepared. So my priority was getting them the equipment they needed in the back. So I believe, yes, one of them has like a bow and arrow. One of them just slings stones, as you do. And the other one just has a drawing pole. It says like range medium large, so you can tell like the distance they can hit from. So that is very useful. And then everyone on the front line has like swords and things. What they need. Oh, also you want to buy a map before you go into a dungeon from the store so that you can like start filling in the map and see where you're going and see where you go back to so you don't get lost in the maze. See, here's the store where you can like identify stuff. As you can see, you can buy all the weapons, equipment. You can also buy like materials for crafting stuff, which is maybe more useful than buying entirely new gear that's super duper expensive. Here's probably one of the sections you want to go to is the crafts and manual section, so you can get the recipes to make different things. But you'll have to hunt down the materials in the dungeon and stuff like that. There's some things you don't need though, like there's like different magic coins you can get in the dungeon. You can just sell them for money. I think you can also just get wedding rings that you can just sell for money. Which is great. I love that use for them. You can uncurse and identify items there too. Laboratory, also you do alchemy, you can check your recipes. I do think it's a little awkward that they have like a separate... Look, it gets a little better in the second game, but they have like a separate recipe book, you know, where it's like you check the materials, then you gotta go remember them and put them in through alchemy rather. You should just probably pick a recipe and craft it, but as I said, this is from an older game, so not as streamlined. Here's where you treat people, bring them back to life. Those are all the people that are still scared. The library, there's a bulletin board with all these different lessons that you can accept and try to complete. So far, I've completed most of the general lessons except for advanced combat, and I just about completed advanced thievery by like a thread. 2 people who are alive, I'll take it. And then there's bosses and things, you know, working on those. And where is thy love? The hardest quest. I keep finding love letters, but Sarah says they're the wrong ones. Apparently, everyone's putting their notes in love letters now. I don't get it. So, I'm working on the different quests. And as you do more quests, you unlock access to more areas that you can explore and visit. Here's a course where you also can change people's courses if you want to. You can also have multiple parties and like station them in different places. You can use hypnosis to force somebody to change their alignment from good to evil. Basic stuff. And then here's where you go out to explore your dungeons. The fun stuff. I love my dungeons. This really looks very hollow and dead right now. But you see, the good news is we have a map. And because I've been filling in my maps... Wait. Is that not the right map? Where did I go? Who has the map? There we go. We got a map because I've been filling this map out. Even marks the traps I've stepped on. Love that. You guys can see my failures. And you can also use it to, like, you know, fast travel once you've explored a floor. You can, like, click an area on the map so you can go, like, right there. You still have to, like, fight monsters along the way, but it will auto-path them to it. And as you explore dungeons, you'll find many things. Including coins. In battle, you can attack, defend, magic. You do have to heal up your MP back at, like, the medical place. I don't think we need much of this right now, though. My characters are high enough level, I think. Oh, also some of the, like, attacking, like, sounds is very loud. These are also just marks of battles on the map. They could be scary. They might not be scary. You tell me. Hearing these screams of death, does that scare you? So it should. It should. My party is scary now. Oh, this is like one of the treasure chests, so see, she can check it. No trap, so I can open it. Unless she's wrong and she lied to me. She could also do that. That's 100% possible too. She doesn't lie. Maybe if she was evil, she'd lie. So you make your way through the dungeons, you can complete the different missions, and you get your rewards for them. And you try to make your way for the next area. I know I made it to the next town, actually, over. Where they have, like, a new shop. They have new crafting recipes. I also had some missions to complete over there. And I believe... Was it this game or was it 2? But you get more jobs. I think in later towns, which is pretty cool. Because then you can maybe change classes you get further in. As you can see, these dungeons are dark. There's water everywhere. And coins! I just love these coins enemies too. They're pretty neat designs. On the meter up in like the top right as well, like it keeps going up slowly and it's basically for you to do like party skills. Which, you know, you normally want to save for those big moments, I find. So enemies can just run. Like here they have like things to attack all enemies. Always good to keep a great escape on you. It says guarantees escape in any situation except event battles. I learned this the hard way. What's the use of it only for event battles? If I can't run for the event battles that I'm most likely to die in, what else am I meant to do? Tell me, game, tell me. But you know, since we're talking about it, here we go. Just for you guys. All the cut-ins. This game did it first. It wasn't Persona. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry to break it to you. See, their affinity's going up. So they could like each other or else they could hate each other more. It could depend on how they're feeling. Uh-huh. And as you're going through the dungeon, you get materials and scrap and things, but you have to identify them when you get back, so you don't know right away. Also, I see I have a wedding ring to sell. My time has come. Time to sell stuff. Don't know who got that ring with meaning, but I'm going to sell it now. You're welcome. So yeah, I'm enjoying the game quite a bit so far. As I said, there's some things that are a little dated. and it could be a little more streamlined in the systems, which I would like. Because I like my games, you know, and I want to play all of them. And, you know, this one I feel like there's just a little more hassle to do the small things like crafting or stuff like that. Or that when you go to craft that you can't. I think crafting is my main issue, because it's like I want to go to a crafting menu and for it to be like, you need these things, and then to have beside it how many of those things I have, so that like I don't feel like I'm in a school lesson and I have to go grab a book to look through to find the answer to something that like could have just been there, you know? But I'm enjoying the game. I'm liking it so far. I'm unsure about my class choices. I'm thinking I should probably get a healer on the team soon. So I'm thinking I might change either Hina or Luna to like a healing class, maybe in a bit. One of them may be a healer and the other one a mage, so we get more magic on our side. Frontliners I think are alright. They're just trying to do damage and I think they're in good roles. Don't need healing too often with my team, but just in case, because I know for bosses I'll probably need stuff like that. But so far, I'm enjoying the game. And I do like dungeon crawlers a lot, so I was really excited to play this one, because I do remember seeing it on PSP and never having it but wanting it, and now I got it and now I can play it. Which is great, but I'm also playing Etrian Odyssey at the moment. I feel like I'm going on like a dungeon crawler dive. I'm exploring all the dungeons, okay? Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Let me know if you've played this game, if you're trying it out. I'm curious what you think. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye. 3, 2, 1, poofles.